Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Collegedale, Tennessee. We're standing here in front of Southern Adventist University in the heart of Collegedale. In this video, we're going to be covering what it's like to live in Collegedale. We'll show you some of the things to do, some of the restaurants, some of the amenities, some of the places that you can go with friends and with kids, and some of the activities that are popular. We'll also take you through some neighborhoods and show you what kind of housing is available in the area. Then we'll discuss the real estate market and talk about what you can expect to pay for housing in the area. Okay, let's jump into the video. In terms of things to do in the Collegedale area, actually a lot of the things center around Southern Adventist University. So right behind me, you can see there's the walking track, there are ball fields, there's disc golf, and then just over this way, there are tennis courts, pickleball, basketball courts, outdoors, and then right over here is the Holsey Wellness Center, and this is actually open for community memberships. This mountain behind us is known as Bauxite Mountain, and on Bauxite Mountain, there are miles and miles of hiking and mountain biking trails. And then actually, just over this way, behind most of Southern's campus, right up here, is White Oak Mountain. And on White Oak Mountain, there are also miles and miles of trails for hiking and mountain biking. And so tons of people from the community will come and mountain bike here or hike here or get out and about. In addition, back over this way, there's a few other things part of Southern's campus that we're gonna go check out. Something that runs right beside Southern and actually makes Collegedale really special is the Wolftever Creek. Along the Wolftever Creek is the Wolftever Greenway, and this, I believe, is 5 miles long, maybe about 6 miles long, and it runs all the way from Southern Adventist University down to Little Debbie Park, and there are just miles and miles of paved sidewalks where you can walk, where you can go out and ride a bike, where you can push a stroller, but it's just a really nice place to get out with the family. There are a couple of playgrounds along it. There are 2 down here by Southern Adventist University, and then there are 2 down by Little Debbie Park, and there is the well-known Imagination Station. Anyways, I just thought this was pretty with the water running by here, and I'll show you some of the walking trails. So this is what the Greenway looks like. It's just this nice maybe it's probably about 6 foot wide path, concrete, and it runs for just about 5 miles.
I have run so many miles, marathons worth of miles on this Greenway. I am 28 weeks pregnant, officially in my 3rd trimester, not running very many miles on the Greenway right now, but looking forward to pushing baby in her stroller on the Greenway, going on long walks. No, I wore white pants today.
Just behind me here is one of the most iconic things in Collegedale, which is the Veterans Park. Now you can see there are flags for all 50 states that surround the American flag in the middle, and then there are a bunch of different war monuments. So there's a battle tank, there's an old jet plane, there's an old helicopter, and there are a number of bronze statues commemorating different veterans. If we pan the camera over this way, you're gonna see some of the main commercial elements in Collegedale. Right over here, you've got Tractor Supply that kind of anchors this plaza. So just opposite Veterans Park is an area known as Four Corners. Now, anchoring Four Corners is Tractor Supply. That's probably the biggest retail store there. And then you have a bunch of restaurants and a Dollar Tree and a 24-hour gym. So some of the restaurants include Los Potros. That's great Mexican food. There's Hai Su, which is authentic Chinese food. There is Robin's Taste of India. There's a Papa John's, and there is Four Corners Cafe as well. This is a spot that attracts a lot of locals. My wife and I like to go over to Los Potros quite a bit and the Indian restaurant. And pretty much every time we're there, we see somebody that we recognize or kind of know. So if you live in Collegedale, you start to get to know people, and it's a pretty friendly, small town feel to it. Right here off of the Greenway, you've got a Scooter's Coffee location. Can you pan the camera over there? All right, so my camera wife is zooming in on Scooter's Coffee. Scooter's Coffee is like a local drive-through coffee situation, and they're all throughout Chattanooga. They might even be further beyond Chattanooga, but Chattanooga is the only place I've seen them. And then in this building over here, you have Domino's and like an orthodontist office and some other random stuff like that. But really, when it comes to the commercial that's in Collegedale itself, this is where the bulk of the commercial activities are. Another thing to note with this area is this is where the famous Collegedale fireworks happen So every year, 3rd of July, they do fireworks out here and they shut down this whole area here. And there's tons and tons of cars. There's usually a live band. There's vendors. And people just love coming out for the 4th of July. I mean, it's an absolute celebration out here. All right, from here, we're gonna head over and check out the Imagination Station in Little Debbie Park. Right behind me is the Little Debbie Park, and this is a brand new addition to the Collegedale community. There's this beautiful, beautiful park with all these amazing pavilions around it, and it's really just a great spot for community and for getting together and for spending time with family, for getting the kids out. This is honestly a Collegedale favorite. Just over this way, we have what's known as the Collegedale Commons. And this is a venue space that's used for weddings, markets, events. Actually, in the most recent election, you could go vote there. So all kinds of community events are held there. Again, this is part of where the 4th of July celebrations are, and just across Appison Pike from here, which is one of the main roads in the area, is the Veterans Park. Now, these sidewalks here, you notice that they're very nice and wide. These connect in with the Greenway. So this is part of the Greenway. You can run through here, you can exercise, you can actually go all the way to Southern Adventist University from here without getting on the road. So this is just one of the things that makes Collegedale so special. Okay, so last up, let's talk about the real estate in Collegedale. The real estate market here has actually been cooling down over the past 12 months. At this time last year, prices were about 5 to 7% higher than they are at this time this year. So we're entering a little bit more of a buyer's market where buyers have a bit more flexibility and can kind of get a little bit of a better deal on the houses they're putting offers in. As of the making of this video, the average home listing price in Collegedale is right around $500,000. That's not the average home sale price, but that's the average listing price. Right now, homes are spending 2 to 3 months on market, so it's taking a little bit longer for things to sell. If you see something that you like in the area, you're still gonna wanna make sure that you're pre-approved and ready to buy, but you've got some time. Rent in the Collegedale area is actually quite high as well. Now, one of the reasons that rent is high is because of how desirable the area is in terms of all the parks and things that you can do outside and how close it is to a couple of major employers. For instance, you have Southern Adventist University that employs a very large staff and faculty. And then there is also McKee Foods. They're the makers of Little Debbie. And as you can tell, McKee has had a big impact on the community in the Collegedale area. So McKee has a number of facilities where they manufacture Little Debbies. And one of the things that I love about Collegedale is that when you wake up in the morning, some days it smells like waffles when you walk out. Now, one of my friends who works at McKee recently told me that that's actually burning fudge rounds, but it smells like waffles. I swear, you get up, you walk outside, and all of Collegedale smells like waffles. So that's one of the fun things about Collegedale. That is just about gonna be it for this video. If you're thinking about moving to the Collegedale area and you would like help finding the perfect house, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Andrew Boyd, and you can call or text me anytime or shoot me an email. Also, if you made it this far in the video, YouTube thinks that you're gonna like this video here, so make sure to check that out. Thanks so much for watching, and huge shout out to my wife who's 28 weeks pregnant and who has helped me film this video on this beautiful Monday evening. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Oop.